Okay, good morning, students. So for today, we're going to discuss chapter 4. So sources and uses of short-term and long-term funds. So before we start, kamusta yung yung business plan nyo? May isang group na nagsisend sa akin, yun. So meron pang other two na hindi pa nakakasend. Okay. Sa sa horizontal tsaka vertical analysis nyo, ayun, baka meron pang hindi pa nagsisend na group. Okay. So, start na tayo. So, for today, we're going to discuss the sources and uses of short-term and long-term funds. So, our objective and objectives for today. So, we should be able to cite bank and non-bank institution in the locality that would serve as possible sources of funds for business operations and compare and contrast the loan requirements of the different fund and non-bank institutions, and draw a flow chart on the steps in loan applications, and then we should be able to list down obligations of entrepreneurs to creditors and identify the uses of funds. So yon, ang deadline ng business plan natin sana itong Monday sana or for today kasi i-check ko na siya. Kasi mag-e-end na yung natin, yung quarter natin for or yung itong first grading. December 12 ata yung end natin. So, yon bago mag-December 12, masubmit nyo na lahat-lahat ng requirements nyo kasi baka may kulang pa or baka kulang yung grade. So, magagawa natin ng paraan sa mga huling week. Okay? So, yung business plan nyo, part siya ng long quiz nyo. So, third long quiz nyo siya. And then, yun, yung mga, ayan, okay, yung mga rin, yung mga horizontal and yung vertical analysis nyo, rin yun, assignment nyo din. So, mga pambawi siya sa quiz. So, after ng topic na to, i-check natin yung mga assignment nyo, kung sino pa yung mga pending, ayan, tapos yung ka-body-body system natin, ha? Check natin yun. Okay. Okay, so what is short-term funds? These are funds that are used for business operations, working capital. Banks are usually your good sources or source of short-term funds. Ayun. So, 'di ba, sa chapter 3, we have already discussed yung mga budgeting, yung mga types ng budgeting like yung production budgeting, yung sales budgeting, ayun, kung nasasagutan niyo na yung last na assignment niyo at napanood niyo na yun, yun. So, 'di ba after natin mag-budget, so magkakaroon na tayo ng mga plans kung saan tayo mangungutang. So for today, we're going to discuss kung saan tayo pwedeng mangutang for short-term funds. And then, for short-term funds, isa sa mga recommended ay yung mga banks. So sources of funds or sources of short-term financing may be unsecured or secured. So they can appear as current liabilities in the balance sheet as accounts payable, accrued expenses, and notes payable. So pag short-term fund, normally nagtatagal lang to ng 1 year. Yun. And makikita natin 'to kadalasan sa current liabilities natin in the form of accounts payable or accrued expenses and then notes payable. So, they generally include trade credits, ayan, and then accruals, commercial papers, bank loans, bankers acceptances, receivable financing, and inventory financing. So, yun. Basta pag sinabi natin short-term fund, nagtatagal lang to ng 1 year. And normally nakikita natin sa current liabilities. Okay? So the list herein given is not all inclusive of there may be other sources of short-term funds depending on the circumstances an entrepreneur finds himself in. So other sources may be insurance companies, ayan. And then based on the loan values of life insurance policies. And then mga pawn shop, ayan. Basta depending on what item are being accepted by the particular pawn shop yan pag sa pawn shop. And then pwede ring personal loans obtained by owners of a business. So kunyari may personal na ipon si owner, pwede niyang hiramin 'yon. So again, through bank pa rin siya. So again, what is that working capital or working capital? We have already discussed this during our chapter 2 and then chapter 3 na discuss din to. So when we say working capital, it is defined as current assets less current liabilities. And it helps carry out the normal operations of business. So working capital is used to generate sales and profits of a business or for a business. So what are marketable securities? Normally ito yung mga working capitals natin. Yan. So what are marketable securities? Yan, ito rin yung mga current asset natin. So, these are used to generate investment income through capital appreciation in stock investments or trading through bond investment. So, another naman yung inventory. What is inventory? It is your product roster. The more interesting your inventory, the greater potential sales for your business because your customer will always be attracted to what you offer. So when we say inventory, normally ito din yung mga products mo na binibenta. So aside from short-term fund, we can have an overview about the long-term funds naman. So ito nakikita rin naman to sa nakikita natin to sa non-current liabilities. So normally nagtatagal siya ng more than a year. So these are funds that are usually used for startup business requirements or capital expenditures or business expansion for existing businesses. So normally ano to um panimula minsan ng isang business. So when we say pag panimula, syempre malaki-laking fund ang kailangan natin. And normally binabayaran natin to hindi lang sa isang taon. Hinahati-hati to for 2 to 5 years bago natin mabayaran tong utang na to para makapag-start muli ng business or for expansion na din. So this means that when a business owner sees the need or the opportunity for his business to grow some more, he may invest in a building or equipment that will sustain the growth of his operation. So maliban sa cash na kailangang panimulan ng business, pwede rin siyang magkaroon ng or mangutang ng mga property, plant, and equipment that will be good for more than a year. Tapos babayaran nila yan for several years with an interest such as that. Yan. So, actually, we have already discussed this bank during our chapter 1. So, balikan ulit natin siya. What is bank? It is a financial intermediary that brings together depositors and borrowers. It is the major source of funding for our capital requirements. So yon, dito nagkikita-kita ang depositors and borrowers or yung mga lenders and borrowers, ganon. So, 'pag may kailangang pera si borrowers, pupunta lang siya kay bangko, then ipo-provide ni bank yung kailangan niyang pera. Pero siyempre may mga, um, minimum requirements na kailangang i-submit kay bangko bago ka makapang-utang, gano'n. And then, mga depositors naman, ito yung kunyari may extra money ka, ilalagay mo lang sa bangko for savings. Actually, yung mga sinisave natin sa bangko, ayan din yung ginagamit ni bank para ipahiram sa ibang tao with interest na. So, ayun, doon kumikita yung mga bangko. So, pag may pera ka, syempre doon, kadalasan ng mga tao ngayon doon na tayo nagsisave ng pera sa bangko. And then, itong pera natin, um, ginagamit ni bank para ipautang sa ibang nangangailangan or borrowers with interest na yon. So, yung interest, yung mga bank charges, yung mga fees, doon kumikita si bangko at doon din nanggagaling yung pinapasweldo nila doon sa mga bank tellers or sa mga officers nila sa bangko. Yan. So, also it is the major sources of funding. Ayun. So, normally dito talaga lumalapit yung mga business owners pag kailangan nila um, ng pera. So, isa sa mga requirement para makautang ka ng pera or maka-loan ka, yung financial statement. Ayun. Kasi syempre, i-check ni bangko kung stable ba yung business. Yan. Saka kanila papahiramin ng pera for expansion, gano'n. Or else, kunyari, meron kang naiisip na business, tapos gusto mo mag-start at manghihiram ka kay bangko, magpo-provide ka naman ng projected financial statement mo na na itong business na naiisip mo, mag-ano naman siya, magkakaroon din naman siya ng enough profit or income. Okay, so yon, isa sa requirement ay yung financial statements. So what these are the types of banks. First is the commercial banks. Clients are mostly retail customers and they are employed, self-employed and who have small businesses to operate. So its main business is lending. So such as the BDO, Union Bank, Metro Bank, and BPI. So we already know that. Yeah, universal banks participates in many kinds of banking activities and is both a commercial bank and an investment bank, as well as providing other financial services such as insurance. So, ano ba yung sample nito? Siguro yung mga JP Morgan, ganun. So, other than pagpapahiram ng pera or lending some financial support or finances, ginagawa rin nila yung mga investment. So, pumapasok rin sila sa mga stock markets. Tapos sila rin yung naglalaro nun. So, meron silang mga portfolios, tapos may mga clients din sila na interested din sa pag invest. Ganun. So, naglalaro din sila sa stock market aside from being a commercial bank. Ayan. So, investment banks act as intermediaries between investors and corporations. So, investors who have money to invest and corporation who require capital to grow and run their businesses. So, ito yung mga Philippine Stock Exchange. Ayan, ito yung mga bangko na naglalaro ng stock markets, ganon. And pwede rin naman kung walang stock markets basta involve yung investors and corporation, ganon. Yan. So, it's the division of bank or financial institution that serves governments, corporations, and institutions. So, di ba, we have discussed the banks. So, i-discuss naman natin yung mga non-banks. Ano-ano kaya yon? So, same with the banks, there are also financial intermediaries. So, they are being supervised and regulated by another government body. Yan. For example, the SEC or the Securities and Exchange Commission. Banks, on the other hand, are regulated by the central bank. So, pag non-banks, regulated to ni SEC. Pag banks naman, regulated to ni central bank. So, in the Philippines, we have the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So, pag bank, under ni BSP. Pag non-bank, under ni SEC. Okay? So, ang ginagawa ni BSP, nag-o-audit sila ng mga bangko kung nakakapasa ba sila ng requirement ng BSP, under pa rin ba sila ng law, ginagawa ba nila yun, sinusunod pa rin ba nila, tapos yung mga minimum requirements ba, um, ano pa rin ba, visible pa rin ba dun sa bangko na yun. So, nag-o-audit si BSP sa mga bangko. For example, yung mga BDO, BPI, Union Bank, mga security bank. Ayan, ino-audit nila yan. So, kunyari, 'di ba minsan 'pag magwi-withdraw tayo ng pera through check or through the bank, ayun, yung 'pag mga walk-in, ayun, yung mga pini-fill up-an natin, ayan, ini-screen yan ng mga bank tellers. So, yun. Kaya minsan 'pag pinapaulit yung pagsulat mo, okey lang yun kasi part kasi ng ino-audit kasi yun ng BSP. Dapat walang bura or kung may bura dapat may signature nung client. So, another uh, non-bank or example ng non-bank ay yung mga investment company. So, pools the money to invest in securities. These companies are regulated by the SEC and must be registered under the Investment Company Act of 1940. Ayan, so ang investment company regulated by the SEC. So, company whose main business is holding and managing securities for investment purposes. And also, investment companies invest money in behalf of their clients who in return share in the profits and losses. So, ano-ano nga ba yung types of investment companies? Ayun. And another non-bank naman yung mga insurance company. So, merong iba't ibang types ng insurance. Na-discuss na natin to nung chapter 1. So, we have the life insurance, non-life, yung mga insurance din sa automobile, um, mga health insurance din, ganun. Meron ding insurance for the business na if in case na magkaroon ng fortuitous event, tapos naapektuhan yung business mo. So, pwede rin silang makaklaim ng pang-finance. So, insurance company provides coverage in the form of compensation resulting from loss, damages, injury, treatment, or hardship in exchange for premium payments. So, the company calculates the risk of occurrences, then determines the cost to replace the loss to determine the premium amount. So, for example, sa life insurance, so kinakalculate din ni company yung risk na mag-occur yung damages na yon. So, 'di ba, if you already heard na pag mas bata ka nagkumuha ng life insurance, mas mura yung um, mas mura pa yung yung babayaran mong life insurance. Unlike na pag matanda ka na kumuha ng insurance, medyo mahal. It's because, syempre, yung occurrences ng pagkakaroon mo ng sakit, tsaka pag death, 'pag matanda ka na, mas malaki yung risk, 'di ba? Unlike ng pagbata ka pa, syempre healthy ka pa, medyo hindi pa talaga mag exist yung possibility na mamatay ka, gano'n. So, maliit pa yung cost nun. So, kaya siya mas mura. Okay? As well as sa business din, so kinakalculate din ng company na yung risk na mag-occur yung loss. So, papakitaan mo rin siya ng financial statement, tapos unting investigation, then saka niya i-calculate yung cost. So, pag the more na profitable naman yung business mo at medyo malabo yung possibility na malugi ka, so mas maliit yung cost na babayaran mo sa insurance. Okay, so another example ng non-bank, yung private equity fund. So, ito yung work ko, nasa private equity funds ako. So, these are funds of private investors used to finance lucrative projects that are projected to give good returns. So, the private equity investors will generally take a controlling position in the business in order to foster active ownership. And in addition to financing, investors provide strategic expertise and support for the company's management. So ito, yung mga private equity, dito rin papasok yung pag-iinvest ng mga tao sa mga real estate. Best example nito yung mga real estate. So kunyari meron kang sobrang laking extra money, tapos mag-i-invest ka sa real estate. We all know na yung mga land, ayan, yung mga real estate, habang tumatagal, tumataas kasi yung value niyan. Unlike ng mga car or other asset na di-depreciate, di ba? Pero yung land, ayan, hindi yan nade-depreciate kundi na-appreciate yan. So, yun, yung ibang tao na may malaking extra money, nag-i-invest sila sa real estate. Ayan. Aside from that, papasok din dito yung mga nasa uh, funds of funds or yung tinatawag na sa isang portfolio, maraming stock market. Yan, nag-i-invest din yung mga tao doon. Okay, so we have already discussed the sources of funds for business operations, yung mga types of banks and non-banks. Okay, any question sa sources of funds? Actually, parang review na lang din siya nung diniscuss natin during the chapter 1, yung mga financial intermediaries. Okay. So next naman, ayan, kung ano tayo, kung interested tayo sa pag-a-apply ng personal loan, ito yung mga common na requirements. Pero syempre, um, may iba't iba pa ring requirements ang mga bangko. So ito yung pinaka-common. So before we discuss the personal loan or yung types of lending, ito yung meaning niya. So lending happens when the owner of a property or money allows another party the use of the property or the money. So yun, pag in Tagalog, nagpapahiram si owner ng extra money niya or inaalaw niyang gamitin yung property niya ng ibang tao. So, it is the commercial bank's bread and butter. So, ito yung pinaka bread and butter ng mga BDO, BPI, Union Bank. Ayun. So, 'di ba, kunyari nag-ano tayo, kunyari may mga narimata na sasakyan, na bahay, ayan. Puwede tayong ano, um, pumunta kay commercial banks. So this is where banking earns and pay its employee whose salaries in turn are reserved for several purposes. So 'di ba, aside from the interest nung ano, ayun, yung tinatawag nating interest 'pag nagpapahiram tayo ng property or money, do'n kumikita yung isang bangko at do'n din siya nagbabayad. Ayun yung ginagamit nila pambayad sa mga employees nila. Yan yung mga salary. So, doon kumikita yung bangko sa interest ng pagpapahiram nila ng property and money. So, when we say debt, in Tagalog utang, ayan, it is the obligation to pay back property or cash borrowed in accordance to an agreement. And this may be in the form of notes, bonds, or mortgage. So, yun. Ito yung mga types ng utang. In the form of notes, yan, bonds, or mortgage. Ito yung sa bangko. Ayan. So, normally, 'pag mga personal na debt, papasok tayo sa mga mortgage, ayan. Yan, kunyari kung kukuha ka ng bahay tapos wala ka pang sapat na pera para bayaran in cash yung bahay na yon, puwede tayong mag-banking finance. Yan. So, papasok dito yung mortgage. So, when we say credit naman, is a loan or money extended to a person or business in exchange for a return. So once issued, it becomes a debt of the borrower. So ito naman, when we say credit, ito yung pera, yung perang inutang natin. So pwede magkaroon din niya ng interest. So sa bangko, ayan, kung gusto niyong mag-work sa bangko, isa sa mga employees nila, yung mga credit Hello, na-disconnect ako. Saan ako nag-stop? Okay, thanks. Okay. Ayan. So, sa credit analyst tayo. So, ito yon. Kunyari, gusto nyo mag-work sa bangko. Ayan. Isa sa mga hinahire nila, yung mga credit analyst. So, these are persons or employees that holds the important role of analyzing the financial track record of the person or the business that borrows, as well as its financial transaction. So yon, 'di ba, minsan pag nag-a-apply tayo ng personal loan, may mga nagsi-CI ganyan. And as well as may hinihingian tayo ng mga bills natin sa isang buwan or yung mga payslip natin hinihingi nila. Kasi isa yan sa requirement or mga evidences nila para ma-check nila kung stable ka ba manghiram ng loan or meron kang ability to pay the loan. So yon, what affects the credit ratings? Ayan. So, the ability to repay the loan and then the capital or personal assets. So, ayun. Una, i-check nila kung ano ba yung mga assets mo. Ayan, i-check nila kung yung payslip mo ba, ano, yung sweldo mo ba, kayang bayaran yung loan, ganun. Ayan, so, if you have the ability to repay the loan, yan. Also, the character of the borrower. So, aside from your assets, chine-check din nila kung mabait ka ba, ganun. Siguro, di masyado itong tinitignan eh. More likely yung mga assets lang. Pero, syempre, isa rin sa titignan to. Minsan kasi kahit marami kang asset, kung waldas ka naman or um, medyo mahirap kang singilin, ganun. And then, the capacity to pay the loan. Ayun. So, for the capital naman, bakit kailangan nilang malaman yung mga asset mo? Siyempre, para magkaroon sila ng idea about the collateral and the size of the business asset na pwede mong i-sacrifice if in case na hindi ka makapagbayad ng loan. So, yan, yung mga collateral. So, yun, kuya, nangutang ka ng malaki, tapos marami kang asset. Pag hindi mo nabayaran, kukunin nila yung asset mo. Yan. So, ito yung mga tinitignan din ng mga possibility or ito rin yung mga chine-check din ng credit analyst. So, first, yung insolvency or illiquidity. So, yung insolvency and the illiquidity, yan, is the inability to pay debts on time when they are due. It is insufficiency of cash flow and is temporary. 'Di ba, chapter 2, kinumpit natin yung mga liquidity ratios, yung acid test, yung quick ratio, tsaka yung current ratio. Yan, kasi kino-compute ni bangko kung makakapagbayad ka ba agad-agad ng ano ng tawag dito ng utang mo. Kunyari, hindi ka sumweldo, ayan, ganun. Tapos may mga asset ka pa naman such as yung mga accounts receivable. Ayan. So, pwede natin i-consider yun. And then, bankruptcy, yan, is a legal process wherein asset of a debtor are distributed to creditors to be able to pay his debts. So, yun. Kunyari, nag-declare na ng bankruptcy yung isang business. So, dito na i-distribute yung mga assets ni debtor. So net worth is the value of your assets, cash, savings, real estate, cars, stock, bonds, jewelry collection, insurance, and art collection. Normally, pag mga celebrity, mga government, mga politicians, madalas pinapakompute yung net worth. So, yon. Aside from credit analysts, we have credit committee then. So, this group of officers represent the financial institution. So, creditors and the investors. Yan, that have claims on a company that is in financial difficulty or bankruptcy. Okay? So, another terminologies naman yung credit rating. So, our way to formally evaluate the credit history of a person or company and includes a forecast of the capability to repay obligations. Yan. So, again, yung credit analyst evaluates the borrower's financial standing by reviewing his financial statements. So, again, we have the 5 C's of credit. So, ito yung mga tinitignan ni credit analyst for you to know na kung papahiramin ka ba ng loan. Yan. So, kung meron ka bang ability na magbayad ng inutang mo. So, first, yung character, yung capacity mo, yung capital or yung assets mo, papasok dito yung collateral, and then yung mga conditions. Yan. So, syempre, pag nangutang ka, meron din tong cost. Yan. Ano nga ba yung mga cost pag nangutang ka? First, syempre yung finance charge. Yan. The total amount you pay to use the credit. Yan. And then, yung annual percentage rate. The cost of credit on a yearly basis expressed in percentage points. So, ito yung parang interest, ganun. And yung finance charge naman, ito yung mga bank charges, ganun. Okay? So, yun, meron tayong two types of cost na binabayaran pag nangungutang tayo. First, yung finance charge or tinatawag nating mga bank charges, yung mga fees, ganun. And then, yung interest, yung annual percentage rate na naka-annual yan, naka-annual percentage. Okay, so next topic natin yung flowchart of a loan application. So yun, yung may mga steps na tayo. So when we say business loan requirements, ayan, ito yung mga common na requirements. So first, yung copy of valid identification. So yan, normally kinukuha yung mga government IDs, mga dalawa dapat at least. Yan, yung mga BIR natin, yung mga BIR registration certificate natin, kailangan yan, lalo na pag business yun. Kailangan meron tayong certificate ng BIR. And then, yung DTI certificate din, kailangan yan. Business permits, yan. At yung mga details ng settlement. So, yan. For identification IDs, example, yung ito, mga passport, mga any government issued ID, school ID, actually, merong mga bangko na hindi tinatanggap yung school ID unless siguro kung estudyante ka. Pero, as much as possible, dapat passport or any government ID such as mga voters ID, yung mga driver's license, ganyan. So the picture in the ID must be clear and the ID must have a recent signature. Eh, dapat malinaw din yung signature mo at yung latest na signature mo. So another requirement for business loan documentation is the BIR registration certificate and the DTI certificate. Yan. So ayan, 'di ba, meron ka ng business permit, meron ka ng BIR certificate at saka yung DTI certificate. Yan. So, next naman yung mga business permit. So, dito sa Pilipinas, sandamakmak ang business permit natin. Sobrang dami. Unlike sa ibang bansa, medyo kayang asikasuhin. Dito, sobrang dami. Yan. So, yung business permit natin must be current and updated. So, if the business is undergoing renewal, a clear copy of the business permit application for renewal must also be submitted as part of the requirements for business loan. Yan. So, you must have the settlement bank account. So, syempre, mag-open ka rin ng account mo doon para doon ka maghuhulog ng pera mo. Doon ka magse-settle, magbabayad ng settlement mo. So, this facilitates the more efficient payment of interest on the loan. So, syempre, pag nangutang ka kay bangko, kanino ka magbabayad? Alanganin namang pera lang yung ibibigay mo doon um, sa teller, 'di ba? Normally, pag nangungutang tayo sa bangko, isa sa requirement nila na mag-open ka din ng settlement bank account mo or check or pag ATM, ganun. So, if this will involve electronic or mobile or internet funds transfer to the bank account, this procedure must be indicated. Ayan, kung doon tatanungin ka din ng bank teller or nung nag-aasikaso or yung marketing nila kung naka-auto debit ba, electronic or mobile or internet yung process ng pagta-transfer mo ng pera. Yan. So, as a credit analyst, kailangan din nating malaman kung ano ba yung bad credit. Yan. So, how does bad credit happen? So, bad credit happens when companies are unlikely to pay their debts. So, they are either illiquid, meaning that their debts are not paid on time, or could go bankrupt, which means that their assets, even if sold, would not be enough to pay their debts. If it also happens when company sales do not grow over time and when company expenses increase faster than sales. So yon, pag mas malaki yung expenses ni sales, normally mababankrupt talaga siya. Ang nangyayari kasi yung ibang business, pag nalulugi na sila, nagde-declare agad sila ng bankruptcy. Kasi yung obligations nila or yung liability nila hanggang dun sa asset lang ni business. So, minsan, pag kahit hindi enough yung mga assets ng business, walang magagawa si bangko. Minsan doon din nalulugi yung isang bangko. Pag nagpautang sila sa isang business na na-bankrupt agad tapos hindi enough yung assets para mabayaran yung utang na yun. Okay, any question?